I was so fired up for Suns Warriors that I talked about it yesterday. Like, I anticipated something happening. I knew something was going to happen. I wanted something to happen. Just not that. What I was waiting for, and actually couldn't wait for, was Steve Kerr versus Suns DJ. What I did not expect was Draymond's fist versus Jusuf Nurkic's face, which is what we ended up with instead. I mean, I guess I should have been expecting it, right? I mean, at this point, it almost seems more likely than not that a Draymond limb is going to go involuntarily haywire at any given moment. Or there'll be a spontaneous headlock that results. Or some package gets blasted. Or someone's going to get their chest stomped. This, however, is a little bit different. A little bit different even for Draymond. Even for Draymond. And believe me, he's gotten out quickly this year in doing Draymond things. But even for Draymond, I did not expect this. Excessive contact to the face. That pretty much says it all, right?
Right in my face.
You see, most of the time, yeah, I would say that right in my face, that was also excessive contact to somebody's face, allegedly. Anyway, most of the time with Draymond, I can at least understand how or why it happens. Don't always agree with it, of course, but I can understand how or why it happens. Most of the time, there's at least a smaller incident that precipitates the much bigger and damaging response from Draymond, right? Inevitably, yes, I try to defend him.
Inevitably.
I've known and have been speaking with Draymond since his days at Michigan State. Like, we go way back. I'm the first one to say this dude is just different. Just wired differently, built differently, plays differently, and all the drama in histrionics and him letting the hands and feet go. And not only opponents, but his own teammates is what makes him who he is. It's what got him to where he is. So while so many hate this dude, I don't, and I've always tried to defend him. As an example, you could call that armbar defense of Klay Thompson earlier this season over the top, and I did. But at least you could tell how we got there. Klay Thompson is a legend, a key teammate. Draymond is an enforcer, rushing to his teammate's defense. No, he should not have tried to sleep Rudy Gobert. But you can kind of see how that happened, right, in that moment. The thing about what happened last night is it came out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I must have watched this dude nail Nurkic with that spinning punch or slap or forearm shiver 100 times last night. You know what I did? Like, I put up the X app and I left it open and I watched it on a loop. I must have seen that play 100 times. Like, it was mesmerizing. I couldn't stop looking at it. And it just got more and more bizarre. A lot of Draymond incidents might even be considered borderline. This one obviously way over the line. And the ultimate result, of course, was the same in the end for Golden State. He gets tossed, they lose. And that now drops them to 10-13. They're in the basement in the Pacific Division. They're currently the 11 seed in the West. And once again, they're going to have to make it work through a stretch of games without Draymond. That's not good. That's below not good. And it's not okay either. Notice I'm not defending it. In other words, Draymond is doing Draymond things again, but doing them much more often than ever before when the team can least afford it than ever before. This dude's already tied his personal record for ejections with 3 in a season, and we're only 23 games in. Fact is, he's only played 15 of those games. Availability is your best ability, and this dude is going to be once again unavailable when they need him most. Like, this is the worst possible time. Steve Kerr is trying everything he can to keep this team and this dynasty afloat, and almost nothing is working. So obviously, this team cannot afford this anymore. Period. I know Draymond even understands that.
Period.
Even Draymond understands that, but it's almost like he can't help himself. The fix here seems so incredibly easy. All Draymond has to do is stop pulling these WWE moves on the NBA floor. Stop punching, stop swinging, stop stomping, stop kicking, stop armbarring. But apparently it is too much to ask. Now, Draymond says, listen, I didn't do it intentionally. I was just selling the call. Again, I want to defend my dude. I do. But it's impossible to at this point. Two things here. He played that I was just selling a call card in the past. That's not the first time we've heard that. Secondly, even if it wasn't intentional, his point is, y'all know me. If I did it on purpose, I would tell you I did it on purpose. I didn't. It was not intentional. To which I would say, it's just not material to the argument. Intent doesn't matter. Contact does. And you went upside this dude's head. And given your track record, I don't think the judge is very interested in hearing your explanation. I know he's not buying it. I'm just shocked that the Suns trainers did not run out onto the floor and drop a blue tent over Nurkic, because dude looked concussed. I mean, he did catch a forearm shiver from Draymond. Which begs the question, clones. If you had to choose between getting blasted in the package by Draymond or getting clubbed in the head, what's your lean? Anyway, brings me back to the original point. You can hate this guy all you want, but this dude is not dumb. Far from it. He knows better than anybody. He can't put himself, and more importantly, his team, in this position anymore, yet he continues to do so. How the hell can this keep happening? How did that happen?
It's happening, you guys. It's happening.
I know Draymond says he was just selling the call, but what did Nurkic do to provoke that? Far as I can tell, he didn't do anything except walk onto the floor. What? He had the audacity to actually try and guard Draymond? Or maybe did he unsubscribe from Draymond's podcast? Did Draymond think it was Jordan Poole? I watched it about 100 times last night, and I still can't figure it out. Unless my dude was, in fact, auditioning for his next career with the WWE, because that was definitely him throwing off WWE vibes. I half expected him to smash Nurkic with a metal chair and finish him. Again, 3 ejections in 15 games. In a season where he can afford suspensions less than ever before, he is racking them up at a higher rate than ever before. He can't afford it. The team can't afford it. They need everybody available, and he's getting his ass run every 5 games. Not good. Even he knows he messed up big time because he immediately apologized for it. And when was the last time you heard him apologize? All right, so again, I don't think intent matters. I don't think intent is going to matter to Ears. I don't think intent is going to matter to Joe Dumars. Dude's going to get another suspension. He's going to deserve another suspension, and it's going to be another blow to Golden State. That's the bottom line. And Nurkic, he still has no idea what happened. He's still as confused as anybody by what happened. He doesn't understand what happened. He's just glad that it wasn't even worse. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. He's like, quote, personally, I feel like the brother needs help. I'm glad he didn't choke me. It's got nothing to do with basketball. I'm out here doing my job. Whatever he's got going on in his life, I hope he fixes it. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with any of that, right? Maybe Steve Kerr understands it, but he doesn't like it, and he's not defending it either. I agree. He's still an effective player. He is. He's still effective. But not if he's not on the floor. Not when he's doing that. Kerr looked and sounded miserable. I mean, he showed up yesterday all ready to play along with that entire DJ beef. And I was so game for more DJ beef, too. Personally, I feel like I got robbed. The mood was so light before the game, too. So light. Kerr, the legend, Raymond Ritter, did this whole pregame stunt where Kerr rolled into the press room, rocking headphones, and then Ray played Staying Alive off his phone. Then Kerr said that he thought about wearing a disco outfit for the game. I mean, they're having so much fun. Until they weren't, right? Because for those of you who missed it yesterday, Kerr had complained about the volume of the arena music in Phoenix and said it was like a South Beach club. So the Suns DJ turned around and did him like this.
You know what? In this building, you can't hear anything because it's like a club. It's like a South Beach club. It's just this thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music.
I mean, that was still so epic. This beef was so awesome. That's the beef that I wanted to see play out last night. I was excited for Kerr v. DJ, not Draymond's fist v. Nurkic's face. I wanted a new remix, damn it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.